Auburn fans, bless your heart. That's what you like to say after all, isn't it? The thing is I have a reason to tell you to bless your heart. When I made my video at the Auburn at Cal game, I was extremely confident in what I was saying. In fact, I knew that it was true and I knew that you guys weren't going to like it. The truth does hurt after all. But after dealing with you for another 48 hours, my language, calling you hella stupid, I don't even think that was a strong enough way to phrase it. There is a silver lining though. There is a bit of good news, if you will. I don't think it's your fault that you're so dumb. Auburn fans, you're in a cult. Now you may not see this, obviously you're in the cult itself, so you can't probably realize this, but it's true, you're in a cult and I have some experience dealing with other types of cults. The problem is that I don't necessarily think it's just an Auburn issue. I think that there are other fan bases in the South and the SEC in particular that have this cult mindset, this cult following, and really it's ruining college football and it's ruining sports on a whole. So Auburn fans, you're hella stupid, but I now know it may not be your fault. Let me start this video by saying one thing. I'm not anti-South. I'm pro critical thinking. I'm also pro not being a piece of trash. So when you say I'm anti-South, it's just not true. I've had a number of experiences around the country. I've been to Texas A&M, saw a basketball game there, saw the campus, dealt with their fans. Pretty good experience overall. When I was at the 2019 Fiesta Bowl between Ohio State and Clemson, I actually sided with Clemson fans over Ohio State, who I feel is a bad fan base, but I don't want to get sidetracked by all of that. Also been to TCU, interacted with UNC fans. So it's not that I don't know what the South is all about. It's that when I see a piece of crap, I'm going to call it out as a piece of crap. I think that's fair, right? I mean, you can't have a problem with that. With that in mind, Auburn fans, you think you're special? So let's take a look at some of my own highlights, and here's what I had to say about Oklahoma fans.
Oklahoma Sooners fans, you suck. All you guys do is scarf down pan pizzas and light beer while complaining about any and everything. Seriously, these people spend 3 hours every Saturday bitching while a football game happens to be playing out in front of them. They'll bitch about the defense, they'll bitch about the coaching staff, they'll bitch about the kicker, they'll bitch about politics, they'll bitch about the bag boy at Homeland smushing their bread. Really, they'll just bitch about anything about their stupid lives in stupid Oklahoma.
And it's not just the South or Midwest that I've had issues with over time. I have equally hated on Fresno State on this channel.
There's just nothing redeeming about it, and then you go outside to the city that is Fresno, which is somehow even worse unless you're into pickup truck drag racing, because that's pretty much the only thing Fresno State has going for it. Fresno is lame, Bulldog Stadium also lame. This is just an avoid.
So you see, Auburn fans, you aren't special. You are not unique in this regard. You're just one of a number of awful college football fan bases that happen to exist in this country. I said you're in a cult. And now I said I had experience, dealing and interacting with cults. And so as I was looking at your comments and all your other just nonsense posting or wherever the hell you posted at, one thing became evidently clear, and that is this cult mindset. Because I, on this channel, I like taking down YouTube chiropractors claiming to be doctors, Dr. Alan Mandel, Dr. Eric Berg, two individuals that have no business calling themselves doctor because they are a chiropractor. And if you listen to their fans and you read the comments from their fans, and I went back and sort of cross-referenced it with the comments from Auburn fans, it's just this cult mentality that permeates. It's a lack of reason, a lack of critical thinking, a lack of accepting reality. You may not like something, but that doesn't make it untrue. And that is the problem Auburn fans seem to be having here. Just because you don't like the fact your fan base is a little racist or a little stupid or kind of just very douchey, it doesn't make it untrue. And you just don't happen to see this reality because you are in the cult of Southern college football. Similarly, all of the fans of these pseudoscience peddlers, they don't want to accept reality. They don't want to say this is the truth because they are following a cult leader. Now, this guy is unqualified to be giving the advice he's giving, but it doesn't matter. These people have decided that they will latch on to this word and this advice, and everything else is wrong. No amount of evidence or advice or reality will move them from that position. Auburn, you aren't going to be moved from your position. Your fan base has decided that. It is decided what it thinks reality is now. It's not reality to those of us in the world at large, but it's simply not true. And you guys refuse to step out of your little bubble or to critically think about the situation and where you're at. It's also probably why you decide, hey, Brian Harsin, great hire. Oh, we're so excited. And then like weeks later turned on him. There's another thing I do want to add here. I found some of the comments to be pretty funny. I know what I'm talking about here isn't 100% of the Auburn fans. I would say I'm referencing about 70 to 80% of Auburn fans here. And I think that 20% knows exactly about the 70 to 80% I'm talking about. You can deny it, or you can ignore them, or you can, try to bring them together and hope that maybe you can make them less awful people, but they're awful people nonetheless, and they deserve to be called out. So yeah, this video isn't about the 20% of Auburn grads and alum and students and whatever that get it. And I think you know what I'm talking about here. In fact, I'm confident you know what I'm talking about and who I'm addressing when I say Auburn fans are hella stupid. This brings me to one of the Auburn fans' biggest gripes, that I didn't film everything at all times, that I wasn't wearing a body camera at a college football game, that I didn't stop everything I was doing when I was on a crowded concourse overhearing conversations to film them and then ask the people to repeat the shocking things they just said. Here's the deal though. Even if I did that, you would deny it because you deny reality. It's why we can't have nice things as a society. There are people who think the election was stolen despite there being zero evidence of this. It's why people want to impeach the current president despite there being zero evidence of this. I could have produced volumes and volumes of evidence that would have proved what I said happened, and you all would not believe me. You would say it was CGI, or I took it out of context, or this or that or the other. And that is why we can't have a rational discussion about this, because you will deny anything you do not like, Auburn fans, and it doesn't matter what the truth is because you've created an alternate truth and are now glued to that position. I'm getting a little worked up. I'm going to bring it down a notch. So the other thing I hear a lot of is, well, everyone says the Auburn fan base is nice and that people like us or whatever the case may be. That's also the argument every crappy restaurant on Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares has said, well, people like our food, or there's like a few fans of us, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a crap. I don't give 2 craps. I don't give 3 craps. I don't give any craps about what you say people say about you, because my experience is totally different. And I don't have a lot of gifts in life. I can't paint. I can't play a guitar. I'm not artistic in any sense. But there is one gift God gave me, and that is the gift of observation. And what I observed is what I think is an unquestioned reality. And I think that there are a lot of people out there who would agree with what I'm saying. The difference is that there is a portion of the population that doesn't have this inherent desire to go and comment on YouTube videos or post on Reddit or go onto your stupid forums. There is a critical, rational thinking element to this society that exists, although you may not know it exists because it doesn't want to participate in your dumbass conversations. It blows my mind how many of you claim to be good church-going folks while spewing vile language and using threatening language and doing all kinds of crap that the Bible actually denounces. Like, have you read that book? Because you might want to check it out every once in a while. Of course, I know you won't, because you're too busy prattling on and on about astronauts and Tim Cook and how much money your kid's gonna make in years, and I don't give a crap about any of that. What I care about is the truth and how we get to the truth through critical thinking, a concept that seems to be well beyond Auburn fans. A lot of you are terrible people, and you should not get safe haven in the world of college football or the world of sports. And if you want that safe harbor, if you want that protection to hide the fact that you are pretty crappy people, go back to the SEC network where Peter Burns and Chris Doering and Paul Feinbaum will wipe your bottoms and tell you you're special and tell you you're unique and tell you your crappy beliefs in life aren't crappy, because the real world, it's simply not the case, and that the truth is what the truth is. And the truth is here that a lot of y'all are pretty awful. You know, though, I get that you can't see that. And I also get that it's not your fault. You're in a cult. You have been brainwashed. I am well within my right to critique the Auburn fan base. And you are hella stupid. I can't say that enough. You are dumb, and you don't like being called dumb because you are dumb, and stupid people hate being called out for being dumb. That's life. Deal with it, though. Isn't that what you like to tell others, that they should deal with their problems? Well, here's a problem, Auburn fans. You are stupid. Do something about it. And no, don't rely on Tim Cook to save you. I don't care about Tim Cook. Tim Cook is not about the average Auburn fan. Tim Cook is the exception, not the rule. Better yet, why are you watching a video of someone calling you stupid if you don't agree with it or you don't like it? I don't comprehend that. Like, you all sit there and say, well, I can't believe you wasted your time making this video, blah, blah, blah. You wasted your time watching this video. That is far more ridiculous than anything I've done here. At the end of the day, you can say what I said about Auburn fans is cruel. And you can say what I said about Auburn fans is terrible. And you know what? I won't even deny that. I don't have time to coddle people who don't deserve to be coddled. But what you can't say is that what I said about Auburn fans is false. It may not describe every single Auburn fan in the world. And I think, again, mentioning that, reading some of the comments, again, I laughed at. I think that there are plenty of, I don't want to say plenty, but I think there are Auburn fans out there who aren't terrible people. But the bulk of the fan base is awful. And the bulk of the fan base deserves to be called out. And you can give them safe harbor and you can give them shelter, but it ain't happening here. Let me say one final thing. You do you, Auburn fans. If you want to disagree, if you want to go into the comment section, if you want to say terrible things about me, knock yourself out. This is America after all, and any dummy can say whatever they want these days. But being loud and being right are two totally different things. And being in the majority is a totally different thing than being correct. So you can shout and you can be angry and you can gather yourself in a mob and whip yourself up to a frenzy, whatever you do, whatever, I don't care. But it doesn't make you right. And I am right, so you can suck on that. War Eagle, it's stupid, and Auburn fans are hella dumb, and that is a fact that isn't going to change anytime soon. That does it for me. I'm Sharon Hollis. This is the Touchback. It is always hashtag take it out to the 25.